Hi everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV, brought to you by Hobbling Japan. We are here in Odaiba, in Tokyo Big Sight. We took the car down today, it's raining, it took a long time, but we are here and we are going to show you everything Bandai has for offer at the show. We're going to show you Kotobukiya, Hasegawa, anything sci-fi related that's new, we're going to bring it to you. So let me head in there right now. Alright, the first thing I want to show you is something that was announced at the Kara Hobby event last month. We now are looking at the newest MG, which is on its way, and it is the RX-782 from Gundam Origins. So it's not the same as, you know, the RX-782 3.0 or the 2.0. It looks like we got a whole new kit from the new design that is in the new anime. And you can see it's looking a little old school in its proportions, but you're going to be able to swap that shoulder cannon in and out. And you're also going to see a lot of new panel lines in there. I imagine we're getting a whole new frame. And it looks like they are going to include these effect part gimmicks from the anime. You'll be able to recreate that anime as well. And it looks like it's going to be quite posable because it's, you know, it's going to be able to do all that stuff we're going to see in the Origin anime. So far so good. We'll know more when it releases in a couple months. Okay, here are the two new HG kits from the Revive series. We knew about these ones. We got the AEUG and the Titans. The Mark II. These ones are coming out in November, but in the same display, we are now seeing the two newest HG Revive kits. You're going to get a, how do you pronounce that? Kubule. That one's coming in December, so we don't have that long to wait, as well as the Goof. Now, the Goof, it just says coming in the future, but if the Goof is anything like the RX-72, the gun cannon that we've already built, I think it's going to be really, really good. Now, the Goof is one of my favorite mobile suits, so to see it getting revived, it's not a surprise, but it does make me quite happy. Alright, here's an announcement. This is somewhat of a surprise. We know that in December is usually a big release, and often an MG or PG like last year's Unicorn. This time we're getting a version Ka. It's not a Sasabi version Ka, of course, we've already had that. We are getting the V2 Gundam version Ka, the Victory 2 Gundam. Now, I imagine a lot of this is going to be based on the Victory Gundam that came out during the 30th anniversary of Gundam when they had their Clear Parts campaign. But there is enough new stuff, enough different stuff on the V2 Gundam to warrant, you know, all new molds and stuff. So some of it will be familiar to anybody who's built the version Ka or the V-Dash. But the V2 now is looking like it is one kit to watch in the coming months. And we'll have it in our hands by Christmas. So you Victory Gundam fans and all those fans who've been clamoring for a V2 and until now only had it in HG, well, here you go. Here's your MG and it's a version Ka. Alright, now this guy is huge. I don't know if you can kind of tell. We've seen the PG Unicorn. We know how big that is. This guy actually stands bigger because of that enormous backpack. And being in this small display case, he actually looks quite cramped in there. I imagine at the Gunpla Expo in November, we're going to see him kind of in a proper display. It's going to be epic. We'll be able to get close. But you can see you've got the Unicorn mode, the Destroy mode, and the Unchained mode. And as far as new stuff, you're going to see the armed armor. You're going to see that backpack and the mounts on the gun. Those are all completely new. The frame parts are going to be all molded in a different color so that when you plug in that LED, it's going to light up in that yellowy orange gold color rather than the red on the previous Unicorn. And I've recently gone back and kind of tried to finish my PG Unicorn from last year in preparation for building this one, and I gotta say that that kit, even a year later, boggles my mind. So I cannot wait to get my hands on the Banshee, and if I'm lucky and if the schedule is correct, I should have this in my hands in about 3 days, which means we're gonna show it. All right, there it is. This is official. We have an announcement coming in January next year. We're getting a new RG, and it is the Wing Gundam EW version. And, you know, some people might be a little upset because it's another Wing Gundam. We've seen the RG Wing before. But when you actually see it here on display, that EW version, it just looks epic. It looks bigger than the winged one that we've built before on the show. And when you see it in its flight mode here, the bird mode, it just looks monstrous. And all that detail in there, you know, looking at still shots of this, you could convince me that this is the MG version. But this is the RG, and we will have it in our hands and on the show come January. All right, this is our first look outside of pictures at what they've called the frame Robo. Now these are, I guess, little kits that you can assemble into a mecha, but also a weapon. And it looks like you're able to kind of mix and match with a variety of other kits, because if you look on this side here, you can see they've got them all kind of mixed and matched together to make a variety of different robots there. And if you really want to do a pro job on it, you can see some people have gone to town and painted them. But I guess for little kids that want to play with them like Lego or Snap Blocks, this is kind of Bandai's way to get people into that hobby. All right, we're in the Wave booth now, and the first thing we went for when we came in here was the bottoms, the Scopedog stuff. We've done some Scopedog stuff on the show, but that was Bandai Snap Fit and not a kit from Wave. But you can see they have a new kit of the Berserga DT. This is due out in 2016, so we do have a ways to go. But next to that, we are seeing what they call their Scopedog Turbo Custom, the last red shoulder set. That's a big mouthful. And you can see that they're giving you a lot of these extra weapons, which you will be able to mount onto your kits. There's actually four kits in there, and it'll come with each different weapons for each one. So you can see that's why they're calling it the set. You can see the pilot figures there as well, but likely you're going to need to have a steady hand to paint those guys. All right, also in the Wave booth, we've got Mac K. We've shown Mac K on the show as well. We have the PK Ausf Konrad. It looks good. It's all painted up. This is actually due out this month. We're going to see it in the next week or so. Just above that, they have this new kit. They're announcing it for a November release, and this is what they call the Gladiator. It looks kind of like a giant, I don't know, space crab, spider type thing. It's definitely going to be an interesting kit to put together. It's going to take some work, but I think, you know, when they get the professionals building this thing, it looks quite awesome. Next to that, we have what they call the, was it a crate and the back crate. I don't know too much about Mac K, unfortunately, to tell you what role these play in that series, but I gotta say, I really love how these kits look when they're done up with that military type of damage and paint. They look amazing. All right, here at the Hasegawa booth, we're checking out the Macross, and here is the SDF-1. This is a 1/4000 scale. It's an all-new kit. Now, some of you may remember, if you've been watching Gunpla TV long enough, I used to do it solo, and then Ryan came on the show at around episode 40, and one of the first kits he built was a Yamato SDF-1, and it was this monstrous thing. Well, now we've got another SDF-1 coming out in the next couple of months. I think Ryan might have his work cut out for him. This looks pretty fancy and crazily detailed, and you can see that they've got one done up there with all the LEDs blinking in that. It looks absolutely awesome. All right, also from Hasegawa and Macross, this is the VF25FS Super Messiah, and apparently it's going to come with its super packs, so you'll be able to assemble those as well. This guy's going to be pretty heavy. It is non-transformable, so you know, once you get it together, you're not going to be able to put into a Garwaka motor or anything, but I don't think you're going to want to with all that stuff added on top of it. It looks pretty crazy, so Macross fans will be happy. All right, we are here in Kotobukiya, and Kotobukiya, of course, we love for their Armored Core models and their Super Robot War models and everything else, but we also love their Star Wars stuff. And now with the new movie coming out, we are starting to see the new characters in Kotobukiya kits, and here you go. Here is the newest First Order Stormtrooper. He looks really good as a model, although I might still prefer the original look of the Stormtrooper, but you know, that guy has, you know, 20 years of love ahead of this guy. Okay, also in Kotobukiya we have the frame arms. Now frame arms, we know the concept. You can, you know, build onto the frame. They give you the same frame. It's become more and more elaborate as they've developed that series, and we've got some awesome looking frame arms kits to the show here. But I've noticed something interesting here in that they're advertising a collaboration with HIQ Parts. Now, for those of you who don't know, HIQ Parts is a company that makes small parts for use with your mecha models. They make decals as well as metal fitted parts. And it looks like they're going to start collaborating, so you're going to get frame arms with some of these extra decal sets and parts. It looks like it could be a winner. When we were at the Anime Expo in LA, people were coming up to us and saying, do you have any frame arms girls? Do you have any frame arms girls? And we unfortunately had to say no because we did not have any at the time. But look, we are here to announce Kotobukiya, and they've got the frame arm girl weapon sets for their frame arm girls. Look at all the stuff that comes in there. You can see they've got like the chain weapons. They've got like looks like a Dragunov sniper rifle, beam blades, beam shields. You're gonna be able to get these and suit up your frame arms girl however you like. And look at this girl over here. She's carrying this mounted bazooka. I think that is awesome. The AKM type. Looks really good to me. This could be something to keep an eye on with these frame arm girls. We might have to get these on the show. All right, who knows what they're looking at here? This is some kind of strange monster. Actually, if I pull out a bit, do you guys, do you have a better idea? Maybe it looks kind of familiar. What this is from the Phantom Pain Metal Gear Solid game. This is one of the newer robots. They call it Sahenran Tropes. I'm not sure how to pronounce that because I have not played the English version of the game yet. It looks really, really cool. Unfortunately, the release dates and pricing are to be determined. They don't have that information right now, but we wanted to give you guys a taste of this because it's pretty great. All right, this is what I came to the Kotobukiya booth to see. When we went to the last show, H.A.F.S it was, in Makuhari a couple months ago, we saw this but in prototype form, and it was all gray, and I thought, you know, it's gonna be awesome, but what's it gonna look like? Well, it's gonna look like this, and check out the detail in the legs. You can see that they have got, like Zoid's kits we've seen before, they've got what appears to be, you know, individual pistons. And of course this thing's got like 8 legs plus a tail, so they're going to be doing a lot of work just to get kind of those legs assembled where they can move all over the place. And then those giant pincer hands, they'll be able to move somewhat too. It's going to be heavy, it's going to be complicated, but it's going to be awesome. So I can't wait for December. The last couple of display cases at the Kotobukiya booth are kind of a mishmash. They've included a lot of different series here. You can see that they have a Majin Kaiser coming out. That looks pretty epic with those wings as well. And this cute little Dumbor. He's coming out in the future. No release date has been announced in the show, but you can see that they're on the slate. Coming out this next month is the KG6. That should be here, I guess, within a month's time, maybe a little more. And a prototype for a new Xenoblade X. That guy looks really good as well. All right, the last display, as I mentioned, is a mix mash. We do have something new here. Check this out. This is the Onihime, the demon girl. That looks awesome. That would be great to assemble. But look at this person beside there. Look at this monster, Z01 Type V. Right? And we have a Rockman. I wanted to show the Rockman. This guy's going to be coming back out in December. Looks great. So if you missed him the first time, there he is. And then some more Knight Type Z03 Type K. That's really good. And if you like Armored Core, there's that guy in the back, the malicious RP3M.